Boy, I am tired. Man, I just got done. I just left the gym. I came home. I just got done doing my boxing workout. Man, I'm tired. But, I still got some work I'm supposed to be doing, after I, upload this video. I think I'm gonna start doing my YouTube videos, after I get out the shower. I just be so excited to hop on this and record. But, I know y'all want to see me being all this sweaty all the time. But, just another quick update. Today was a great day. Today was, God ordained. I said no to drugs. Y'all was invited. I comfortably said no. I comfortably declined. Basically on I got some work to do tonight. I got to make sure I'm focused, and that feels good for me, because there was times when I'll be hoping that someone would ask me to smoke because I didn't have the weed or the finances to buy, So if someone asked me, I would jump on it, I would prioritize the weed, I would over my work, and like I said in the last video, when I was in college, man, I was so comfortable with being high and doing my work at the same time. But now that I'm not in like a school mode anymore, like, I have to make myself become a student again, you know what I mean? And, when I was, falling off back into my ways, it was easier for me to, go back into my sins and, disregard my studies because I didn't have a professor that could fail me, I was my own professor, and that just goes to show you, man, like, my discipline wasn't as strong as I thought it was, I've always been a hard worker, but and I've always been the type of person to that always have it in my heart to finish what I started, But as of late, it's been bearing on me, and I realized what it was, God wanted me to be great so much and so bad. He, allowed me to fall short just to see, how much I really wanted, and 'cause a lot of times we'll find ourselves like, like going back into our old ways, and we be blaming God, like, God, why do I keep failing? If you know I'm strong, why don't I feel it? Why is it so hard for me to be delivered from what I'm praying on? I pray to you night after night after night, and I still feel like I fall short. Why? It's because God wants you to thug it out a little bit longer, how many times I masturbated in my past and I felt immediate shame. I felt like I ruined the whole day, and the next day I'll be like, dang, like, why I do that yesterday? Like, didn't I do it again that night? And I'll be like, dang, what's wrong with me? You be feeling like, a waste of a space, Like, why am I doing this? For me, it was, lust and drugs, someone else, it could be drinking, Thank God, personally, for me, like, I never really had a problem with drinking. I'm happy, because, I do believe I'm fortunate because if I have, like, a porn addiction, like, most people wouldn't really notice, until they see me stop doing it and I start acting better, then I'm like, dang, what changed? It was that, But, I could be high and you could smell me. You could look in my eyes and tell. If I have eye drops, you couldn't tell. But, I still more so act the same. But when it comes to alcohol, it's like you're literally drunk, So that's a different type of addiction that I'm grateful that I don't really go through, But for those of you who may have that and find like it's hard to like not drink, or it's hard to say no to people asking you to go out to the club, you just got to find that strength, and it's going to take time. You're going to mess up. You're probably going to mess up. You're trying to stop doing something that you're addicted to. You're going to mess up time after time after time after again, People be like saying they stop doing things cold turkey. That's great. Everybody's different, There's a point where I stopped smoking weed cold turkey. That was years ago. And I went a whole year without it. And then I started doing it again. And, as of late, it was so hard for me to stop doing the cold turkey. I was good at doing the cold turkey thing at that point. But as I transcended to a new me, I have to learn how to come out of my struggles all over again, And like I said in the last video, once you go back into your sins that God delivered you from, the devil will attack you 7 times harder. And it will be harder to get up out of there, So there's people out there who, they had their addictions. They was months clean, weeks clean, years clean. Then they're like, if I just go back and do it once, nothing bad will happen, right? You think you won't feel bad until you do it, and you're like, dang, did I really have to do it? And if you don't feel bad, you're probably going to do it again, and then again, and again. The next thing you know, you're right back to where you started, and now it's harder for you to jump out of there, And, and overall, it's just being patient with your fuck ups. Excuse my French, but why do they say that? It's not even French. But you just have to be patient. There's so many times I could have gave up. Like, you know what? I just can't stop. I'm gonna just keep going. Thank God I never thought about that, but I can honestly see why people do it, because it is hard. It is hard. My struggles are my struggles. Your struggles are your struggles. Everybody has something they're addicted to. This world is evil. The devil has dominion over it under the ruling of God, so everybody's addicted to something, whether they know it or not, whether they want to believe it or not. Everybody has their vices. It's just the way it is, and it's always hard to get out of a vice. We've been trained and programmed to believe that these aren't even vices. These are just ways of the world that we can choose to love and like and be attached to if we want to. But at the end of the day, the Bible is very clear about what we should and shouldn't be doing, and once you take that upon your heart, God will really start working on you. The battles will come. I'm trying to stop smoking weed. Everybody wants to hit me up to smoke for free, bro. Like, and it's crazy. And when you're on the righteous path, like, it's gonna be very lonely. People say you're weird. People treat me like I switched up. People told me that I switched up. People still throw subliminals, and you're right. I did change. I did switch up, because I'm no longer living like how I used to live. That old version, the sinful version of me, you love that version, because we got along. We was doing the same sins. Now I'm not doing those sins, and now I'm crazy. I'll be that. I will be crazy. I will be that. I'll be crazy for God. If me following the commandments the best way I can, it gets me called crazy, then I'll be insane. I really will, because at the end of the day, it's worth it. I'd rather go my whole life believing in God and Jesus, just to find out that God and Jesus isn't real, versus me going my whole life denying God and Jesus, and then I died and I realized that they were real, and now I can't turn back. So I'd rather just have blind faith, in the Most High, because it is great. And the fact that we can't see God, it's really a test to see, like, are you really serious about this? It's hard to believe it's something you can't see, and but for me, like, I've witnessed God work throughout my life. Like, I asked for signs about certain situations, and I would actually get it. And I'll ask God again, like, okay, like, please give me another sign to see if I'm tripping. And, he would, this is real life. And that really starts to happen. It really starts to happen when God knows in your heart that you truly want to change. Even if you're trying to change and you keep falling short, you will still be blessed, because it happened to me. I was going through a pornography addiction really bad, like, and not like I was like beating my meat all day and shit, but like every day, like, that's still very terrible, and God knew I didn't want to do it, but there would be, in my ungodly hour, I would fall short, and then, I wouldn't even want to read the Bible. I would watch porn. I would think about the Bible, and then I just wouldn't do it and watch porn. I've been there, and then the next day I wake up and I'll get blessed by something, like, and I'll just be wondering, like, why? I denied God last night. I went into my lustful state, and I'm still getting blessed. Why? It's because God knows that I'm trying. And eventually, if you keep trying, you keep failing, and you keep trying, and you keep failing, and you keep trying, you're gonna look at yourself, and you're just gonna slowly, like, outgrow your vices, and it's going to happen. That's really the catalyst for growth, and that really happened with me and drugs, and I'm just so grateful that God got me. And wow, it's almost 10 minutes. And, this is just a quick life update. I had a great day, said no to drugs, said no to pornography, I got some work to do after I hop out the shower, and, I'm just feeling really good about myself, I really, I'm feeling good about myself, because what I did today is something that I probably wouldn't have the strength to do last month, last year. So every day, all it counts is every day is that you're getting a little bit better, and it's okay. Just be patient, and you will be blessed, as long as you keep trying in your heart, okay? You can't lie to God. You can lie to me, but you cannot lie to God. So just remember that. God bless all whoever comes across this video. It's just Stan TV, and yeah.